Kingdom Hearts 3 is one of the most anticipated and hyped up video game titles of all time. Naturally, there's going to be some disappointment with all that hype to live up to. I enjoyed the game despite it not being the perfect masterpiece that most people thought it would be. However, there's one thing I was severely disappointed in that still irks me even after beating the game. Kairi. Just, honey. I'm sorry Nomura hates you. Unlike most other KH fans, I actually like Kairi, despite the fact that she does little to nothing throughout most of the series, and the game still likes to treat her as an important character. The way she was built up in KH3 had fans expecting big things from her, but what we got didn't reflect that. It's a real shame too, because there could have been several opportunities for Kairi to have awesome moments. In fact, I have a couple in my head right now that I'd like to address in this video, as well as a few other things, starting with her training with Axel. Okay, so you know how Riku becomes playable at certain parts of the game, right? Why couldn't the same thing have been done for Kairi? Have her become a playable character and have Axel be the boss. You could even play his theme, the 13th Struggle, as a nice callback and utilize water magic as his weakness. This could have happened each time the game cuts back to their training, and Axel could have gotten slightly harder with each encounter. Kairi even flat out says,
"So tomorrow, you and me in the ring. You ready?"
So you think even seeing something like that would have been interesting? Next is the entire scene when they confront Terranort. You know how Sora was fully prepared to take a slash to the back to protect Kairi, but Goopy blocks it at the last second? It would have been more impactful if Sora actually did take the hit and was struck down. Everyone would be distraught. Donald then uses his Zeta Flare, this time with much more rage, and it'd make more sense within the confines of the situation as to why he put every ounce of his magic power into it. Kairi clutches her best friend in her arms, and then the Heartless Storm appears. Aqua, seeing both Ven and Sora down for the count, loses the will to fight, and everybody's swept up by the storm like in the original scene. The only difference being it's Kairi who has the breakdown instead of Sora, with Riku telling her words of encouragement. This would be interesting because we've never really seen this side of Kairi, and would let us know how much she actually does care about Sora. Her heart would be full of hopelessness and despair because she wasn't able to keep her promise of,
"No, let me keep you safe."
After both are swallowed by the darkness, it's Kairi who was teleported to the final world instead of Sora. Basically what I'm saying is that this entire section should have been Kairi's big moment to prove herself. I know people get technical saying that she technically did keep everyone else from dying, but that's false. She kept Sora from dying, and Sora brought everybody else back, including her. Kairi's existence is treated like a plot device rather than an actual character, and that's bad. Especially when a freaking Kupo coin can do what she did better than her, and that's a freaking in-game mechanic. I'm sorry, but you can't give her credit when Sora was the one that did all the heavy lifting. Which is why she should completely replace Sora throughout this entire segment of the game. It wouldn't be as jarring because she already played as her during the Axel boss fights, and it'd be nice to finally see my girl get her time to shine. Anyway, after beating the Lich Heartless, Kairi returns to the Keyblade Graveyard with everybody congratulating her on a job well done. Upon seeing Sora, she immediately hugs him a la a callback to Kingdom Hearts 2, this time Sora returning the hug wholeheartedly. Things pretty much play out how they did in the actual game until we get to the organization fights. I personally think instead of playing as Sora in these fights, it would have been a lot more interesting had we played as the Keyblade wielders that initiated those fights. For example, instead of helping Riku, you actually play as him, and Sora becomes the party member. It would have been so meta. Same with Mickey and the others. I think it'd be better to have you play as Ven against Vanitas and Terranort, considering Aqua already had her time of playability. And for the fight against Sykes and Xion, you should initially play as Axel, because he deserves some spotlight too.
Got it memorized?
He knows. Then, when Xemnas kidnaps Kairi, hold on, I'll be changing that outcome soon enough, Sora books it after them, not wanting to lose her again. And since Roxas is here now, you get to play as him for a fight against Syx. I mean, as a party member, he already kind of destroys Syx on his own, so why not give us the access to playing as him? It would have been so cool! Now once Sora is cut up to Xemnas and the other Norts, with Xemnas still holding on to Kairi, she takes this opportunity to actually realize, I'm not gonna be a damsel in distress anymore, and elbows Xemnas in the chest, similar to how Belle did with Zelda in Kingdom Hearts 2. Again, a nice little callback. Kairi makes her way back to Sora, and Riku joins the fight too. I thought it'd be better to exclude Mickey from this fight entirely, considering the BBS trio and Days trio were reunited again. So it'd be more epic if the Destiny Island trio had one last fight against the men that started their adventures to begin with. Now, obviously Kairi is not on the same level as Sora and Riku, which is why it would be better for her to hang back and focus on supportive spells like Cure, showing she can still be useful, even though she's not directly in a fight. After your fight with the Nords fading away, Kairi being more preoccupied with Sora and Riku's safety doesn't notice Master Xehanort behind her until it's too late. I think Kairi being struck down works because it's shocking and it brings the game back to where it originally was. Only this time I'm not disappointed because Kairi actually did shit. So what did you think? I actually do like Kairi. If I didn't, I wouldn't have cared about making this video. She's a likable character with a lot of potential to be awesome, but KH3 squandered that and it resulted in building her up to be something more, only to have her be a damsel in distress again. It's frustrating. It's probably the biggest complaint I have with this game, and that's unfortunate. But let me know in the comments below if there was anything you could have done with Kairi that I didn't. I'm interested in what you guys have to say, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. See you later!